What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. We are back in the Real Madrid career mode. This is episode 30 of the series, and we're back. We got four episodes. Every time I'm about to tell you guys how many matches we have in an episode, I say we have so and so episode. I'm an idiot. I apologize. So we have 4 games in today's episode for you guys to watch. So a bit of a long episode, which really I don't really mind having these long episodes. So like I was saying in the last episode, we might turn it into, you know, majority of the time having 4 games in an episode, but we'll see how it goes. We are back in the Champions League to kick this episode off, and again playing against Juventus. Right now, as the Champions League stands, it's looking like both of us are gonna go through. Right now it's just gonna go down to a battle of who will take the top spot, but things can still change. I'm saying that it's looking that way, but of course there is still room. As long as it's mathematically possible, anything can happen. But match day 5 in the Champions League, we are both in a good position to go through into the next round of knockout stages. So this is how we lined up. You know, we decided to come out and still field a strong side. We had Mazraoui and right back, obviously facing off against Juventus, the team that Danny Carvajal left us for to go and join. So Mazraoui, his replacement, up against said club at the moment. But we came out the first game against Juventus. You guys will remember, first Champions League fixture of the season. We had a tough time really breaking them down and making anything happen. Playing at Rome, the Bernabeu, but now coming over to Italy and they're playing at home, they were a little bit more expansive in the way they played, a little bit more actually attacking, and they weren't so closed off at the back. So I was happy to see that, because the first game that I played against Juventus, like I said before, it was a really frustrating game, really boring game as well, if I'm being completely honest. But we saw the same combination that we've been seeing for a while now. You see that guy in the highlight, you guys are seeing it is the link up is working well. Modric playing another brilliantly swept ball out wide to Vinicius Jr. And Vinicius Jr. continuing his fine form that he started this season with. He's improved even on last season already. Just the way he's playing, the way he's creating chances, finding space for himself and creating chances for other people, and managing to find the net as well in big games. So Vinicius Jr. finds the back of the net, puts us 1-0 up. 57 minutes into the game, Moise Kean came through the back of Casemiro and absolutely chopped him down right there, as you can see. And the referee didn't even go to his pocket. He didn't even say nothing to Moise Kean. It's crazy out here in these streets. As Juventus created another chance. It's 64 minutes into the game. Yet again, we've been pulled behind. It's something that we've been dealing with for a while, for the last couple months. A little bit kind of this season altogether, but especially in the last month or two, last 2 or 3 months maybe even, where we've been finding ourselves in the lead in some of these games and consistently finding ourselves pegged back, and it's not always resulting in drop points. Sometimes we're able to get ourselves back in the league, but it's something that we need to work on. You know, we're not as solid as we were at the back last season. We really made it hard for teams to score against us last season, but this season, especially after taking leads, it seems like we're kind of giving up 3 chances right there. As we could have done a lot better to stop Dybala from getting the space to find the back of the net with that one. And he got himself another chance, could have given Juventus all 3 points, but we are held to another draw. I think another 1-1 draw as well, right? The first time we played Juventus was 1-1. Another 1-1 draw. Another draw in general in this Champions League group stage campaign. Maybe we've had a few more than we would have expected. And PSG and Salzburg also drawing right there. So that does mean that we are going through into the next round of the Champions League, into the knockout stages, and we will take that. So into the second game out of 4 in today's episode. And we're facing off against Celta Vigo in this one. The Celta Vigo is a team that is always a little bit of a 50-50, a coin toss, because they have players of quality. They know how to play football, but for whatever reason, one or another, they seem to find themselves in positions where maybe players aren't performing to their highest ability, or they just tend to find themselves in the lower areas of the table. And of course, in this save, they have lost Iago Aspas. So you know, the main source of goals, the main source of creativity in general is no longer there for Celta Vigo. But of course, they still have some players of quality. You see the lineup we went with is a very strong one. Yet again, Vinicius, Benzema, and Hazard lead the front line once more. And this is how Celta Vigo are lining up. Again, you see some of these players of quality that we're talking about right here. In the midfield, you see Golovin, especially in the center of midfield. They got Emre Moore on the right. They've even got Che Adams now that they've brought in, who, I mean, you know, I don't really rate him, but he's a recognizable face to the Premier League watchers. And up top, Santi Mina, of course. Now, that is a player who can hurt you on any given day. You give him a chance, and Santi Mina can, if not find the back of the net himself, create an opportunity for others. He is the type of player that you need to be alert to. I mean, he's the type of player that no matter what team you're up against, even if the team itself is not too threatening, he as a player needs to be watched closely. So we unfortunately wasn't able to do that, and just the man I was talking about, 27 minutes in, gave Celta Vigo the lead. Santi Mina finding the back of the net, and again we're starting to see a little bit of that defensive error right there, maybe a little bit. Is this just you know, after watching that replay, it's not that was a really good pass. I ain't gonna lie, there wasn't nearly as much space as it first seemed, but somehow they managed to thread that ball through the middle, and Santi Mina took it first time, getting his 6th goal of the season and putting Celta Vigo ahead against Real Madrid. But we have a chance to counter-attack right here as Vinicius Jr. just using his pace to burst past his man, and he finds Benzema with options ahead, but decides to go through himself. Benzema into the box, and a brilliant finish from the Frenchman. It looked at first like there was going to be options on for Benzema, but he just took it ahead himself after receiving the ball from Vinicius Jr. It looked like Vinny was going to continue the run and maybe overlap, but Benzema just took it away. And despite how tight that angle may have looked, Benzema done a really good job to squeeze it past the keeper and find the back of net. It's a lovely finish from an accomplished finisher. I mean, you give the ball to a player like Benzema in a position like that, who's been doing this for so long as he has. At this point, he just knows how to find the back of the net, and he drew us level. But 2 minutes to go of regular time, Celta Vigo were back on the attack, trying to put themselves back into the lead. So we had to keep our eyes open, because again, they do have the type of players that can hurt us, but that one right there wasn't a good effort, saved by Thibaut Courtois. And 69 minutes before the next anything happened, really, and it was us making a substitution, trying to change the outlook of this game and see if we could take all 3 points. We've got Luka Modric on the ball trying to make that happen. Skips past his man brilliantly, finds Bernardo Silva, back to Luka Modric, trying to sweep it into that top corner. It would have been a lovely goal from the Croat, but unfortunately just a little bit too much on it, and it was still rising as it cleared the crossbar, unfortunately for him, instead of dipping. So it's still 1-1, 83 minutes on the clock. Either side can snatch the 3 points, but it's Celta Vigo going for it. Santi Mina finds Carrera inside the box, and that right there was a massive chance to take all 3 points from this game. And it did go wide, and Courtois didn't even have to put a hand on that one to save it. They really should be doing better in a position like that. The opportunity to win all 3 points from Real Madrid doesn't come every day, and they gave it away right there as Courtois launches the goal kick up. It comes back to Camavinga, who closes it up. Otavio plays it into Benzema, brilliantly into Vinicius Jr., who sends it wide, and luckily for him, he was offside. Bars. We see right here, very close decision right there, as Vinicius is flagged for offside. It was the last chance of the game, and I mean, he did miss the target, so I mean, even if he was onside, it wouldn't have really mattered. But we were held to 1-1 draw from Celta Vigo, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. They had the quality to find the back of the net, and they done what they needed to do to hold off from us scoring a second goal. And I believe I just saw Araujo, or however you say the name. Is that a Barcelona one? I don't remember him leaving, but if that is, I mean, goes to explain a little bit why they were so able and capable of holding us just to 1 goal, because they do have quality in their side, as I was saying. But on to the next game, playing against Sporting Gijon in this one. An away fixture we have right here, and it's an opportunity for us to get all 3 points out of this one. and maybe even switch up the lineup, give other players a chance. This is how we lined up. Mendy, Alaba, Militao, and Odriozola at the back. Pretty strong back four. Valverde, Camavinga, and Modric again starting in the middle. No Toni Kroos, still out with that injury. And a front three of Vinicius Jr., Benzema, and Pedro Neto. So we came out in this one, and we didn't underestimate the opponents in this game. As you can see with the lineup, still a very strong lineup of players. And we get straight onto the offense as Modric finds Valverde, passing it around the midfield three as Camavinga is found into Pedro Neto, takes it early and almost caught the keeper off guard right there. I mean, the keeper surely would have never expected him to shoot from that angle, and let alone to shoot first time. And Pedro Neto almost catching the keeper off guard and maybe finding the back of the net early in this game. And the resulting corner goes into the box and it's bouncing around in there. And the referee seems to have spotted something that the rest of us may not have, because he pulled it up, pointed to the spot, and a penalty was given to Los Blancos. And you could see it clear as day in the replay that it was handled inside the box from the defender. And it gave Benzema a chance to step up and see if he could find the net once again from the penalty spot and keep up his fine run of goal scoring form. And Karim Benzema skies it over the bar. It's unfortunate. It's tough. I have to hold my hands up. Hey, I missed the penalty. I mean, I missed it. I put it over the bar. It is what it is. We got to move on. And we have to try and create more chances to get ourselves into the lead, because it still stands as 0-0. And if we don't get the win, having missed a chance like that, it's not only 2 points drop, but it's a big 2 points drop when you have a chance that big to get yourself into an early lead. And Sporting Gijon seem to have taken that as their opportunity to try and make something happen, because they came down the other side. And this, bro, do I even need to say it? Or y'all already know. Like, what, bro? Can somebody go back to episode 1 and count the amount of times it's been Militao? Because every time it's Militao, bro, handling the ball out here in the box. 2 penalties given for 2 handballs, and only one of them is dispatched, tucked away down the middle. Nice and safe is played, and Sporting Gijon have a surprise lead against the league leaders in Real Madrid. We are being stunned right now as we are sent a goal down. And I mean, again, there's no complaints that we can have. We've both been given the same opportunity, and only they took theirs. So we head into the second half, a goal down and having to make something change. Pedro Neto making something happen down the left-hand side. Vinicius is found from Valverde. It falls to Valverde again, and Freddie Valverde slams it into the back of the net. 3 minutes into the second half, pulls Real Madrid level again. And it's a lovely, lovely finish from the Uruguayan. He really just put his foot through that and made sure that the keeper isn't getting anywhere near it. He tried to create for Vinny before. Vinny tried to cut in, but ran into a lot of trouble. And it's some nice ball control from Valverde in tight with a lot of defenders around him. And you see Vinicius Jr. doing his best to get out the way of that shot. And maybe that impacted the goalkeeper's ability to see it, because it wasn't tucked right into the corner. But we were drawn level again. But 53 minutes in, Gijon got themselves a corner and put themselves back into the lead. And I mean, again, we're talking about, this time it's not me taking the lead and giving it away, but this time it's me scoring a goal to pull us level, and very shortly after, just defending is just not good enough. We've got Valverde who's just scored the goal, and we have Ferland Mendy both jumping for the ball, but not really jumping at all, not contesting at all. And you can see right there again, Thibaut Courtois, as great as he's been, he's made a mistake right there, and unfortunately he's been made to pay for it. And you can see time is running real low for us to get ourselves an equalizer. Again, Doozy on off the bench, trying to pull the ball forward into Otavio, also off the bench. Benzema, now Pedro Neto down the left-hand side, got some space, tries to drive it into the bottom corner, and is denied by the goalkeeper. So we dropped even more points in this game. So that right there, between this and the last episode, I think we had four games in the last episode. We dropped points, boom, boom, boom. So in our last 8 games, we've dropped points in 4 of them. And that's including Champions League games. So in the league, we've managed to drop points, I believe, in all 4 of our last games. I mean, I'm really spitballing and freestyling here because I'm pretty sure we've dropped points in our last 4 games in the league. Real Betis. No, actually, we played Espanyol in between. So 4 out of our last 5 La Liga games, we've dropped points. Real Betis, Athletic Club, Celta Vigo, and there we've dropped all 3 points against Sporting Gijon. So, I mean, we're really suffering through a little blip right here and there. We need to get out of it because it's spots of form like this that, as little as they may seem at the time, as you know, as much as just a bump in the road it may seem, especially when you have it back to back, it really could be the period of the season that decides our fate come the end of the year, right? Like, if we don't win the league at the end of the season, we could look back on this and it could be this period of time where we lost it. But final game of the episode, playing against Elche. You saw how we lined up a few changes in there. Tavio getting a rare start as well as Matteo Guendouzi in the midfield. So not a matter of us underestimating our opponents. You see they have quality as well with Javier Pastori in there. They got Palacios in the midfield. Carrillo up top with Lucas Boye. So they've got players who can hurt us just like Celta Vigo did, but it's not a matter of underestimating, like I said. It's just a matter of the fixtures coming thick and fast at the moment, and we have to handle it. And that's why we're Real Madrid. We have the squad more than capable. Straight from kickoff, we've created a brilliant chance as Mendy just switched the play, and Bernardo Silva managed to pick it up. Maybe that's a tactic we can look into trying to make work again. But look at this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this dude. Look at Karim Benzema, bro. He is, to think how much he has stepped it up from last season is absolutely insane. At the age he is at right now, to think he has got even better in season 2. Look at that goal. Like, we've been on them from the beginning, We've been on them from the beginning of the game. And as they got just a minute's respite, the ball's found its way back to Benzema, and from a range that nobody would have expected him to shoot from, he's put his foot through it, off the crossbar and in, and just like that, 3 minutes into the game, we had a lead. But just like that, again, you're seeing a tough period this season that we're going through right now, because once again, we've found the back of the net, and within no time, it's like we've fallen asleep at the back, and we've conceded, and it's been given away. Soyuncu, I mean, is nowhere to be found right there. Kimpembe tried to do his best to try and get in the way of the shot, but the defensive line was all over the place, and we're really slipping defensively. For the team that had the best defensive record in the league last season, and we looked impenetrable at times. We're going for a really rough patch where we're giving away goals damn near for free. But Freddie Valverde again, the man is looking good. He is on form this season. Again, I mentioned Toni Kroos, who's out with an injury at the moment. He's been replaced by Valverde, and I say it again, we are not really missing Toni Kroos at this point because he's been replaced effectively. Valverde is coming in and doing everything, and he slammed that one in at the near post again. 2 fierce finishes back to back from Freddie Valverde to find the back of the net. That one in at the near post. Lovely, well-worked goal as well between him and Bernardo Silva towards the end of it. And we had another chance as the ball was given away. Valverde turns it into Benzema again. And right there, the way this guy is playing right now, Captain Zimmer is not going to miss from there because he got the keys to the bimmer. The man Benzema. Alright, but I mean, all the time in the world, Elche gave it away in a position you really don't want to give it away in. And it's a shame for them because, as we've been saying, we're going through a patch where we score a goal and we tend to be a little bit shaky at the back. And before even getting a chance to really make something happen, they've given away a third goal, to make it a 2-goal lead. So, I mean, now there's a little bit of daylight, and this is where we kind of usually turn the heat on a little bit and punish teams. Because 33 minutes in, we've already got 3 goals. And, I mean, Elche are already a little bit open right there. And we had another chance created. The Portuguese man, Otavio, got there right before the keeper. Was looking to score himself his first Real Madrid goal, but was taken down. The referee pointed to the spot. And we have ourselves another penalty. And already, 35 minutes into the game, Karim Benzema has the opportunity to score himself a hat-trick. Will he be able to do it? Absolutely. Karim Benzema steps up and becomes the first man in the save to score a hat-trick, finding the back of the net 3 times in the first half. You know what, actually? Has Benzema scored a hat-trick already? I think he might have. But still, regardless, the only man to have himself a hat-trick in this save. Fantastic first half for Benzema, and we're getting into the second half, and it seems like it's starting all the same because Elche once again give the ball away, and you can see Luka Jovic starting the second half. We took Benzema off to save his legs, and Freddie Valverde, I mean, we're talking about the form that Karim Benzema is on. Look at this, man. Federico Valverde, 3 goals in his last 2 games, finding himself in them areas inside the box, and he is really turning it up right now to the point where, hey, when Toni Kroos comes back, he might not get straight into the first team because Valverde, I mean, he's doing exactly what you would ask of a player in this situation. We need a player. We lose one of our most influential, one of our best players in the team to injury. You bring someone up, a younger up-and-coming player. You want him to perform like this. You want him to take that opportunity with both hands, and that's exactly what Valverde has done in this one. And we find ourselves 5-1 up. But right now, Elche were able to pull one back. And with these ones, all you could do is clap, because that was a really well-worked goal from Elche, finished by Carrillo. What's his name? I don't remember his name, but Carrillo finding the back of the net. It ends 5-2 thanks to that man's first half hat-trick, getting us all 3 points guaranteed before the second half even begun. So we end this episode off with a nice 5-2 win against Elche. All 3 points come home with us, and it's a real nice job for us to snap that streak, because Barcelona taking all 3 points from Villarreal again, and in 15 matches gone in the league, Benzema sits top scorer with 12 goals to his name. So this is how the La Liga table is looking at the end of this episode. Elche is sitting at 17th after their defeat to us. Leganes lounging at the bottom of the table. And other than that, the top 10 pretty much looking as you would expect. The regular faces are in there. We sit top of the table by 2 points. Yeah, still early days. 18 games played in the La Liga season. So approaching January, as you see, we're in December right now. So the January transfer window is about to open soon. We are going to lose Casemiro, unfortunately. And we have some decisions to make, whether we are going to replace him directly or not. What we're going to do, the transfer window will be opening soon, and you might want to return to see what happens right there. Love you guys for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you, and until next time, stay safe. Peace.